The internal male reproductive system consists of testes, that are the glands where sperm and testosterone are produced; epididymis, that stores sperms and transport it from the testes; vas deferens, their purpose is to carry ejaculatory sperm out of the epididymis; process gland, that secretes a milky substance and makes up around 20–30% of semen. It also has muscles that help expel the semen during ejaculation; seminal vesicle, that holds the liquid mixed with sperm to form semen. The fluids help the sperm swim towards the eggs and keep the sperm nourished during the transit process. Urethra, that serves as a conduct for semen and sperm during sexual acts. The external male reproductive system consists of scrotum, which function is to protect the testes and keep them at a temperature several degrees below the normal body temperature. This for the production of viable sperm. And the penis, this is the male organ used in sexual intercourse. The urethra is in the tip of the head, so it also helps excreting urine. The sperm are initially formed in the testicles. Now, the sperm needs maturation, process that takes 72 hours. It happens in the epididymis. This gland, in turn, becomes the vas deferens, and sperm is carried out in seminal vesicle and process gland. The seminal vesicle holds the liquid that mixes with the sperm to form semen. The process gland secretes fluid and nourishes and protects the sperm. During ejaculation, the process squeezes this fluid into the urethra, where it is expelled with the sperm as semen. The internal female reproductive system consists of the ovary, which produces the ovaries; the fallopian tube, that are the channels that ovaries travel to the uterus, and also where fertilization takes place; the cervix, that connects the uterus with the vagina and produces mucus for sperm movement; the uterus, that accommodates and protects the embryo; the vagina, that receives the sperm and produces fluid to lubricate; the endometrium, layer in which implantation takes place and changes according to cycle. The oocyte is transported to the uterus on the fallopian tubes in the process of oogenesis, where the female stem cells that produce the gametes are called oogonia. In the developing of the fetus, primary oocytes are the ones that start the meiosis. Fertilization happens when a sperm reaches the fallopian tube and catches the egg. The external female reproductive system consists of the pubis, labium majora, labium minora, clitoris, opening of urethra, and the vagina.
The pituitary gland is often called the main gland of the body because it regulates many of the activities of the endocrine glands. Located above the pituitary gland, it is the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus decides which hormones the pituitary should release to send in hormonal or electrical messages. Follicle-stimulating hormone stimulates the production of ovarian follicles in women, stimulates the sperm production in men. Luteinizing hormone stimulates the ovaries to produce estrogen in women, it stimulates the production of sperm in men. Hormonal regulation of the male reproductive system. Testosterone is the most important male sex hormone. It is responsible for the appearance of primary sexual characteristics, sexual differentiation, secondary sexual characteristics, and the onset of fertility, and spermatogenesis. The secretion of testosterone and reproductive function are under the control of the hypothalamic pituitary axis. At puberty, there is an increase in the secretion of gonadotropin-releasing factor by the hypothalamus, which increases the secretion of follicle-stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, which promote spermatogenesis. The balance of all hormones that interact in the regulation of male reproductive functions is controlled by several negative feedback mechanisms. There is a short mechanism in which high levels of gonadotropic hormones inhibit the secretion of gonadotropin-releasing factor in the hypothalamus. On the other hand, there is a feedback between the testicular hormones and the hypothalamic pituitary axis. Testosterone inhibits the secretion of LH. Hormone regulation of the female reproductive system. There are three hierarchies of hormones. 1. Hypothalamic gonadotropin-releasing hormone. It's responsible for stimulating the secretion of gonadotropins by the pituitary gland. The secretion of GnRH is subject to negative feedback by ovarian estrogens. 2. Pituitary gonadotropins, FSH and LH. FSH induces the maturation of the ovarian follicle. LH triggers ovulation and induces the secretion of sex hormones by the ovary. 3. Female sex hormones, estrogens and progesterones. Estrogens determine the appearance of secondary sexual characteristics and stimulates the proliferation of the endometrium in each menstrual cycle. Progesterone prepares the endometrium for implantation. The ovarian and uterine cycles and the hormonal changes that regulate them are known as the female reproductive cycle. The duration ranges from 24 days to 34 days. The ovarian cycle includes a series of events that occur during and after the maturation of an oocyte. The uterine cycle involves a series of changes in the endometrium of the uterus to prepare it for the arrival of a fertilized egg that will develop there until birth. The ovarian cycle is divided into three parts: the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. During the follicular phase, FSH released by the anterior pituitary gland stimulates the development of a follicle in one of the ovaries. As estrogen levels rise, negative feedback stops the secretion of FSH so that the follicular phase comes to an end. Ovulation is the release of the secondary oocyte from the follicle and into the oviduct. After ovulation, the luteal phase begins. During the luteal phase, LAH promotes the development of the corpus luteum, which consists of the follicle cells left behind after ovulation. The female hormones estrogen and progesterone produced by the ovaries during the ovarian cycle affects the endometrium, causing the uterus to undergo the cycle changes known as the uterine cycle. The uterine cycle can be divided into three parts: menstruation, the proliferative phase, and the secretory phase. Menstruation lasts from day 1 to about day 5 and consists of the breakdown of the endometrium with blood passing out of the vagina. The proliferative phase is from day 6 to 13 and consists of the buildup of the endometrium, which becomes more vascular and glandular. The secretory phase is from day 15 to 28 and consists of the endometrium doubling or tripling its thickness and uterine glands producing a thick mucus secretion. The endometrium is now prepared to receive a developing embryo. If not, it leads to the breakdown of the endometrium and menstruation.
Birth control methods. What are they? First, we got abstinence with 100% of effectiveness against pregnancy and STDs. It's basically avoiding having sex. Then, on the 90% effective block, we have the vasectomy, the surgery where the tubes in the scrotum that carry out sperm are cut or blocked. The tubal ligation, a surgical procedure that permanently closes your fallopian tubes. The oral contraceptive, where hormonal preparations prevent pregnancy with a regular take. The contraceptive, that stops the release in an egg from the ovary by releasing progesterone into your body, and it also makes it harder for sperm to move through your cervix. It is an implant that goes on your arm. The IUD, it's a tiny device inserted in the uterus to prevent sperm from moving freely. And the day after pill. It prevents the egg from implanting in the uterus, and it's taken the morning after you have sex. It's also known as Plan B. Then we have on the 90% effectiveness, the masculine condom. It's a stretchy pouch that covers the penis, avoiding sperm from entering the uterus. With a 95% effectiveness, we have the female condom, a pouch that doesn't allow sperm to reach the egg. It goes inside the vagina. Then we have the diaphragm with a 94% effectiveness. It covers the uterus by stopping sperm from reaching the egg. It also goes inside the uterus. And with a 90% effectiveness, we have the natural family planning. It's a method where a couple identifies the fertility days during the menstrual cycle to avoid pregnancy.